Well, there's an Angry Birds film, a major motion picture based on a game where you fling hardy birds at pigs in fragile structures. What a time to be alive! Seriously though, it's almost impossible to imagine that Rovio Entertainment and Sony Pictures Imageworks would be able to produce a coherent film considering this source material. Then again, the Angry Birds franchise's general popularity means they can pretty much throw anything at a wall and see what sticks. You may be able to tell from my tone that I don't exactly have the same warm, fuzzy nostalgia memories for the incensed avians as I do for other properties I've reviewed. The last time I touched a displeased fowl must have been 5 years ago? Jeez, that's distressing how time moves on, but don't get me wrong, the game's fine. It just doesn't grab me the same way it apparently grabbed everyone else. Ultimately, what I say about the film here isn't going to do anything, considering that Angry Birds had the best opening weekend ever for an animated movie in May, apparently. But whatever, we're all screaming into the void anyway. The film follows Red, a misfit on an isolated island of flightless birds. One day, a boat arrives with green pigs offering friendship to the birds. However, they also have a sinister, ulterior motive and soon steal the birds' eggs and destroy all their homes. So it's up to Red and his friends in his anger management class to rally the island and get the eggs back. Before I get into the nitty-gritty of how frustrating this simple, shallow story can be, I should probably throw a bone to the animation of this animated film. It's perfectly pleasant to watch, even if the movements can be a bit twitchy and frenetic. I guess my major issue with the film is that the characters aren't likeable. The worst offender is our main character, Red. We're shown that he has anger issues, which it's implied is because other children were mean to him because he was an orphan and had thick eyebrows. None of these facts affect the story in any other way. We don't get any indication of Red being bothered by not having parents, and there's only one short scene where he's being teased. In general, it just feels like Red is a smug asshat to his fellow islanders, even when they're being nice to him. And in general, characters are only cruel to him personally after he's been a git to them first. You'd expect a main protagonist as unlikable as this to undergo some sort of character arc or learn some lesson about being a better person, but Red is just basically the same jerk at the end of the film as at the start. Nothing is learned, nothing is gained. I can't find it in my heart to like any other character in the film either. Everyone else is either far too bland to care about them, or just a self-centered asshole in their own right. The birds on the island in general are also frustratingly dense. I mean, after Red assaults one of the birds at the start of the film, he gets sent to an anger management class, which would be fine. However, none of the other birds in there have anger issues, which implies that they don't really know what anger is, despite elsewhere in the film they allude to the fact that the general population may have had anger issues in the past. Anyway, alright, there's maybe one other anger class attendee that genuinely has a problem, but that character gets so much build-up with no payoff whatsoever, making them completely pointless. The island birds are also insanely trusting of the pigs when they appear, even when the pigs start proving themselves to be liars, and more pointlessness comes in the form of the subplot involving the birds of the island worshipping the mighty eagle as a great hero and the only flying bird, who's been in isolation for years. I mean, if it wasn't bad enough that pretty much nothing comes out of this plotline, they even point out at the end of the film that nothing comes out of this plotline. I mean, it's like they're revelling in wasting your time. There's always a chance that it's just a case of me being a humorless curmudgeon, but the movie isn't even funny for the most part either. There's some basic slapstick as you'd expect from a cartoon, but the rest is mostly snide sarcasm, and it comes off as sulky, ill-tempered, and it's just so tiresome. Having said that, some of the gross-out humour is surprisingly effective, and that's coming from someone who usually hates that kind of thing. Although maybe I was just trying to find any source of enjoyment at those points. Suspension of disbelief is key while watching the final act of the film, as the Angry Birds display abilities from the games during their final confrontation with the pigs. These abilities otherwise go unexplained during the story, and all but one serve no actual purpose beyond showing established fans what they already know about the individual birds. I would say that the soundtrack is as cynical and ill thought out as the rest of the film, but I can't really think of anything better suited to a film like this than generic pandering contextless pop music. Maybe I've been overly harsh, but it feels like a waste of a movie that couldn't even reach the bar of mediocrity. I guess the worst part is that the Angry Birds film doesn't even succeed in making me properly angry. In summary, the film is pretty damn pointless, and nothing is gained in seeing it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, why not give this a like? I mean, what did you think of the Angry Birds film, if you saw it? Why not say in the comments below? And if you want to see more videos like this from me in the future, feel free to subscribe. And until the next video, bye bye.